Hi guys, thank you for coming all. I realized there have been two people on the poster and you probably didn't come for me, but for the pretty man, I apologize, he's in Portugal, so you have to make do with me. Yeah, my name is Viola, I'm from Germany, I'm living in Bali since January and I'm running a digital marketing agency. And I love what I do, I love spending my time in Excel, I love figuring out, I love the magic of testing new things and making it work. So today, I hope it's not too squeaky, I'm going to share some insights on technical SEO with you. Yeah, that's the advertising. So we're an agency. Social may be sexy, but data still pays the bills. Like if you're looking for design and content creation for social media, we're not your people. If you want to look at numbers for a long time, we are there for you. We work with many international clients, a lot of them from Australia. Now we're getting more and more clients actually from the United States. But we do small like project-based work for businesses here in Bali as well. And we're doing a conference for digital marketing DMSS in October. So I'm just running through that because I think we rather get down to the details of SEO than talking about me. But just quickly, one question. Show of hands, how many of you consider yourself a beginner in SEO? How many consider yourself intermediate? How many consider themselves a professional? Okay, and how many of you do have their own website? Okay, cool. Because the first thing you have to realize here, this is going to be a workshop, not really a sales presentation. So think of this as stand-up comedy. So I'm going to be live looking at the sites you guys have, and then we're going to try to figure out what's wrong with them from an SEO point of view. And please interrupt me, scream at me, ask me all your questions. It's going to be more fun and more interesting for you, and it's going to be more fun and more interesting for me. So there are no rules. Whenever you feel she's saying something weird or I want to know more, just, you know, raise your hand, scream. Let's do it. Just quickly a few words. So SEO, search engine optimization, why should you care? Google is still a main traffic driver for most of the businesses. Maybe if you're a fashion brand, it might be something like Instagram or Pinterest or something like that. But for most businesses, Google, online businesses, or people who generate money from their websites, Google is still the most important channel. When we're talking about SEO, we usually talk about three subjects, which would be content, and then like on-page SEO, technical SEO, and backlinks. So today the workshop is in the technical on-page SEO area. I'm quickly going to touch the topic of backlinks. But just as a heads up, before you get started on an SEO strategy, you really, really want to understand your market and you want to do a keyword research. I'm not going to go into that too deep today, so if you want to have a chat later, let's do it. But today we're focusing on the technical parts. I don't really know. Wait, where did my workflow go? I had a workflow here somewhere in this presentation. No, no. Yeah, but that's the workflow for the content. That's not what we want. All right. I'm just going to freestyle that. So my first question to you guys is, those of you who showed hands that they have a website, can you guys quickly introduce to me what's your website and what are you selling on your website, or what are you trying to achieve with your website? And then we're going to pick one to look at. I don't really know where my slide went.
Okay, guys, we have a mic for you, so you can tell us about your website, please. Don't be shy. This is workshop. This is free workshop. It's organized for you, and
I found the slide.
Yeah,
so there we go. This is what we're going to do to your site.
Okay, guys, who's got a website? Raise your hands.
Otherwise, my hourly rate is 110 AUD. Now it's free.
You have one. Okay?
Take the chance.
Wait.
Yep.
We have a mic.
Yeah, we're here to on behalf of Bamboo Blonde in Indo. So there's that page. It's a fashion site, obviously, and there's another one, the Throwdown, which is homewares, picnic rugs.
Can you spell the second one? Is homeware is an e-commerce store?
Yeah, so www.throwdown
Bro.
down original.
Yeah.
.com.
All right. Do we have someone else? I just want to get a bit of a feel what kind of websites we have here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was Bamboo Blonde Indonesia. So
Bambooblonde.com. Blonde with, yeah. Oh, I love your stuff. So sexy. Anyone else? More websites?
I know. Dangerous if I'm leaving here. Yeah, I remember that logo. Nice.
Okay, there's two. Again, it's two websites. One's called 111. It's the number 111. Resorts with a S.
Oh man, I think we're pitching you guys for SEO right now. That seems familiar as well.
Oh, yeah. Sorry if I haven't replied. I passed my emails to him, so it's really his fault.
No, it's my friend James. You probably have seen. Okay. Yeah. 111resorts.com.
Yeah. That's the first one. And then the second is bvilla.com. So B for Bravo, Victor, India,
Avila.
Lima Alpha.com.
All right. So I'm just quickly taking a look. I'm kind of inclined to go with one of the e-commerce stores because I reckon there's going to be more to look at for you guys. But I'm just going to have a bit of a play with the sites and see which one is going to give us the most insights. So I found the workflows slide again. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at your on-page SEO, we're going to look at your technical SEO, Google Search Console, Google Analytics, quick few words about conversion rate optimization, outreach, guest posting, that's backlink building, page speed, and then SEO tools. The first thing and the most important thing, everything we're doing is data-driven. The beauty you have from working on the internet is you can actually measure where are people coming from, what are they doing on your site. And you can also measure very well how Google reacts to your efforts. So the first thing you want to do before you touch your website is you want to benchmark your rankings. So you probably have some keyword ideas like Bali accommodation, Bali villa, I don't know, beach tank top, I don't really know. So track rankings for your most important keywords and benchmark the rankings before you start working. Smash out all the work I'm telling you today and benchmark your rankings again a few days later and then iterate from there. So the first tool we're going to use, and probably, let's see what comes up with this one. The first tool we're going to use is Screaming Frog. This is a crawler and it's available for free, and this is the one tool you should probably get right now. And what it allows us is, instead of me looking at 200 pages of an e-commerce store, it allows me to look at them in one glance in an Excel sheet. If it's crawling. It says 0% here. How's the internet speed? Should be good. So what you're gonna see here, so I enter the page and then I'm gonna be looking at the HTML pages. And what I want to know is, at a quick glance, I want to get an idea if you guys got your on-page SEO right. So it's called on-page SEO because it's happening on your page. And it's basically fiddling around with your page titles and meta descriptions, making sure they are all good. There's a lot of stuff also about putting keywords. having a lot of text on your site. For now, for this purpose, I want to focus on page titles and meta descriptions. What you're going to see here is title 1. So it's going to give me a complete overview of all page titles of all sites that you have. And what I'm looking at is I'm trying to figure out if someone has optimized those. There are a few signs that can tell you if page titles have been optimized or not. The obvious one would be, does a page title and a meta description include a keyword? So online clothing boutique, I think it's a good keyword, and I like that. Bag, Bali shopping maybe, bag, accessories, maxi dress, I like that. Overall, I think those page titles, meta description, they are okay, but they definitely could use some work. So there are 3 rules that I would apply for all page titles and meta descriptions. First of all, put your keyword in. And those, for example, if we take maxi dress, yes, that's a keyword, but that's going to be super competitive. If you can niche it down more into maybe red maxi dress or eco-friendly maxi dress or whatever it is that you're exactly offering, it's going to be easier to rank for you for those long-tail keywords. The second thing is that you want to pay attention to is the length. The maximum length that can be displayed on Google is 60 characters. And maybe I should have said that before. The place where the page title and meta descriptions come up is in the Google search results page. So this is the page title. And if the thing is longer than 60 characters, it's just going to be like ... If your meta description is longer than 160 characters, like this one, it's going to be ... So think about this. When people spend money on AdWords, they spend a lot of time and effort on their ad copy and getting that right. Your search result here is basically your advertising in organic search. You want to make this fucking sexy, as sexy as you can. Yes, you want to SEO optimize this, but this is you. This is the street, I don't know. This is but to belong, and this is your storefront. It needs to look good. So put the keyword in there, make sure the title is maximum 60 characters, and make sure the meta description is maximum 160, and then name a feature benefit and add a call to action. So if your red maxi dress produced in Bali, free delivery, free shipping worldwide. Looking for the 2017 red maxi summer dress trend. It's eco-friendly, produced in Bali, handmade, free shipping worldwide. Get yours today. That's an ad copy. That's SEO optimized, and that's an ad copy that's really, really sexy. Why is that interesting? If you want to look at Google's latest ranking update, RankBrain, they're tracking conversions now. So even if you're maybe ranking position 3 or 4, if your page titles and meta descriptions are more sexy than the ones of your competitor, you have a higher chance to be clicked. Does that make sense? And the tool that's going to help you to get this done fast is this. I'm rambling on because it's loading really, really slow. But the tool that's going to help you do this really, really fast is this, the Screaming Frog. Once it's finally loaded, you can here press export and download it. And you can do all your page titles and meta description in your Excel quickly. Put on some good techno music and just hack away. And then the way I would do to implement this, if you have a WordPress site, the tool you want to be using is the Yoast SEO plugin, which allows you, this one. It's free and it allows you to update the page titles and meta description on all pages. And what you're going to want to do is you want to chuck all the pages that you want to work on in URL opener. So you're going into your WordPress site, you're logging in, and then you're chucking 20 pages in here. And it's going to open all your 20 pages in the tabs. And then you're going to go edit page, change meta title, save. Edit page, change meta title, publish. Again, good techno music is helping for that. There's no way around the manual music work of that, but the music's going to help. Base nectar. So yeah, so this titles and then same meta description. This is making me cry. All right? There are no meta descriptions whatsoever. You're losing so much potential on SEO right now. Add meta descriptions, please, please, please. Add your keyword, like probably the product, red maxi dress, and then the thing, fashion, clothing brand, eco-friendly brand, whatever you want to add, put it in here because you're losing so much potential here. I know it's a bit boring and non-exciting, maybe thinking, I didn't update my meta description. Like this is SEO value that you're just leaving on the table. Right.
Why it is called meta description?
Because it's a piece of information that's not really displayed on your site. It's displayed here in the Google search results, and it's the description. What is the page about? It's a short executive summary of your website, so to speak. Yeah, and for example, Yoast did a nice one. Yoast helps you with your website optimization, whether it will be through your widely used SEO software, keyword, or online courses. We're here to help. I mean, that's cute. Let's quickly see what those guys are doing. Where did I put my screaming frog? There you go. So yeah, that's going to be homework number 1 for you guys. Get Screaming Frog, pull the report, and have a bit of a look. Is this a villa that people can rent when they're on vacation? Or, yeah, okay. So probably your keywords are going to be around Bali accommodation, Bali resorts, Bali luxury villas, like that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to have that in all your page titles and meta descriptions. I mean, it's... and the other thing, the crawl is not finished. We are only at 65%, but I only have 10 HTML pages so far. It seems a pretty small site. So we definitely try... If you want to make that heavier and outcompete like other sites here in Bali, I would definitely add a few extra pages to the site. Yeah, make sure you're updating all the meta descriptions. And then a quick thing is there's a column here for word count. If you want to make a page rank, we recommend having at least 800 words on a page. And this is why I like villas and luxury resorts or fashion brands, because they always have a web designer and a branding person who tell them, make the website very clean and slick, put a lot of pretty pictures, remove all the text from your old crappy website, and it's going to be great. It might be great if someone ever finds your page. Like if there's no content on the page, you're not going to rank ever. Like a simple minimalistic website with many pictures, it's nice as a business card, but if you want for it to rank, you need to put some content there. I mean, that's pretty high content behind graphics. Like there were good old days where you could put white text on a white background and Google would still crawl it. They're not liking that anymore. If you're scared of too much content on your page, what I would do is collapsible boxes and have like a sexy first paragraph and then a teeny tiny read more that's not very appealing, and then have the rest of the content in a collapsible box that they read more. But yeah, if you want to rank, there's no way around content. Yeah. Yeah, and a few things just quickly on URL structure. What you could probably do is add your keywords into that as well. Just trying to figure out. Not really sure. Like, for example, special offers. That could be something like a Bali accommodation special offers. Then you have your keyword in your URL again. Plus spa. I don't really know what that means now. But it could be something like Bali spa, Bali luxury spa, or something like that. So you're making use of your URLs as well by putting your keywords into that. All right. Key learning, download Screaming Frog. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you feel confident you can go home, download it, and make some changes to your website? Yes, no, maybe? Yeah.
Google. It's just about the meta description. So I was wondering if Google actually searches in the meta description for keywords, because I heard that they didn't. It's only in the title tags that they pull the keywords from. Google does.
I would 100% use the potential of your meta descriptions. From all we know, just updating page titles and meta descriptions already gives our clients a lift in ranking, and it has been for that for years. So the important thing to realize, there's so much information out there about what Google might be doing or might not be doing. You're only ever going to know if you test. Your page only has 15 pages. So just download the report, come up with some good ideas, track your rankings today, change it, track your rankings in a week. That's the only way you're going to know. And my bet is it's going to work.
Is there any advice on how to make sexy meta descriptions out there? Like free content, so people can read and learn how to make a meta description themselves?
I mean, in the good old days, people used to do keyword dash brand name and stuff like that. Honestly, it's sales copy in a nutshell. So try to talk in benefits rather than features and add a call to action. I'm not really aware. I mean, what we sometimes do is in Excel, we use the concatenate function if we have a really, really big site. So are you looking for, have you been searching for best Bali villa, Bali accommodation, Bali holiday home? We are the best price for luxury thing. We have late check-in, and then I concatenate it, and I get like 100 page titles and meta description at a time. I'm not really aware of a good online tool, but if you have one, I'm happy to learn about it. So just quickly, just pretend these are different ideas you have, what could be standing there. And it tells, take this thing, put a space in between, and then put that thing, and then it puts them together. And this is a way for you to use fragments of the text and then generate massive amounts of page titles and meta description at the time, because you want them to be unique. Like coming up with one page title and meta description and putting it on your entire website is going to hurt you. You want unique page titles and meta descriptions. And for an e-commerce store, we have hundreds of products. Using the concatenate function is going to save you a lot of time and hassle.
When you put the words together for the meta descriptions, do you think more about your product and like a unique description and keywords that actually hit it, like hit the nail? Or do you think more of what a customer would potentially look for when they type in their search?
So this comes down to your keyword research. When you're doing your keyword research, I would always start hyper-focused, which means I would start with keywords with a clear buy intent, which means I'm always going to prefer yoga schedule Canggu over yoga Bali, because yoga schedule Canggu tells me that person is a way more advanced in their thought process of time and place where they want to go to yoga. Yoga Bali is too broad, so I'm always going to go for buy red shoes Ubud first before I go for shoes Bali or something like that. So all the keywords that have a buy intent, I'm always going to prefer. And then I might prefer, and then after that, I might choose keywords that show me that people are aware of the problem, but they don't know the solution yet. Like, for example, heel back pain could be a keyword that's interesting for me as an osteopath, but I'm going to know it's going to take more sales work for me to convert the heel back pain traffic than converting someone who put osteopath in Berlin. Does that make sense? So buy intent first. Brand Bali Villa is always going to be your preferred keyword over Bali Villa. I mean, if you're renting a villa.
Yeah.
If it's, yeah.
Or buy, or whatever it is.
And that's part of the keyword research. I mean, that's a whole other science. But yeah, hyper focused it is. And once you're dominating rent Bali Villa, you might, and Google has well established your site is about rent Bali Villa, you can then expand into Bali Villa, Bali accommodation, Bali holiday later. But start focused, get the easy wins, go for the sweet spots. You all have limited budgets. It's about return on investment. Go for the traffic where you have the highest chance to convert them later and where the competition is probably the less because you're more long tail. Go for those first, get the low-hanging fruit, to say a marketing bullshit word, and then expand later into the broader terms. Once you've made money from converting your qualified traffic. Cool. A few things on technical SEO. I'm going to mix Screaming Frog and Search Console here a little bit. Technical SEO, or what I'm going to show you today about technical SEO is making sure that your page works. I'm not a developer, and most developers, to be honest, are bad SEOs. I'm a bad developer, they're bad SEOs. We're good if we work together. And whenever you're building a new site, don't trust your developer with your SEO, and don't trust your SEO with your web development. That makes sense. What we want to avoid is error messages. An error message, that's something that would come up here. An error message could occur if you had a page on your site and you deleted it later. An error message can occur when you go home after this workshop and you think, oh, I should put keywords in my URLs, and you change all your URLs and you don't put a redirect from the old URL to the new one. So crawling errors gonna show up here. Let's see if the other side has one that we can look at.
You're saying that if someone has an online shop with all these 100 pieces of jewelry, they have to do all the redirection to new URLs, right?
So this is the SEO's favorite questions. Like after the web developer told them remove all the text and put pretty pictures, the web developer says, yeah, I'm taking care of the redirect. I'm just taking all the old URLs and pointing them at your homepage. Your rankings are going to crash 100% guaranteed. If you're migrating a big site, a big old site, you want to manually point from the red maxi dress on the old page to the red maxi dress on the new page. Yes. You're going to lose your rankings if you don't. If you're being brutal and if you're being sloppy and you're just taking all the old URLs and they're pointing them at the new homepage, your ranking's going to crash guaranteed. If you combine that with removing the text and only putting images, you're lost. Sorry. It's Screaming Frog. It only crawls until 500 pages deep on the free version. But usually that's fine. I think for most of you guys that should be fine here. Yeah, so there are going to be four errors here already. I can see that. It's probably pictures that you guys removed. When you pull the report, you can see where it's happening, and just make sure that you're removing the dead links or you're pointing them to an existing resource. And this is just about keeping your site clean, okay? It's bad for user experience. I mean, you all know it. You're surfing, you're having fun, you're clicking a link, you're going on a 404 error page. It's just depressing, and Google hates it too.
Is it, oops, this page doesn't exist?
Exactly. And by the way, if you have, most people have, oops, this page doesn't exist. Massive fail from a conversion rate optimization perspective. What you want to have is a customized page that says, oops, this page disappeared. But by the way, have you seen our beautiful summer collection? And then 5 products. Like, make it as easy for people to go back into the funnel as possible. The other tool that I want you to use to check for crawl errors is Google Search Console. Google Search Console used to be called Google Webmaster Tools. I don't really know why they renamed it, but that's so there are a bunch of free tools from Google that you're gonna want to use: Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google AdWords Keywords Planner, Google Tag Manager. Love them, use them. And Google Search Console also will allow you to see crawl errors. If you're having a really, really big site, you're always going to have crawl errors. But try to minimize them as much as you can. So this is another source to find your crawl errors. The site is actually pretty good. Actually, I think what happened here, not discovered, they switched hosting provider, and their hosting provider uploaded an older version of the site. So there was like a 2 months time difference where they created sites and the hosting provider didn't upload them again. Anyhow, so this is a place to find your crawl errors as well. Google Search Console crawl errors. If you don't have it set up yet, set it up. Because the other thing what we want to do is, what you want to provide Google with is a sitemap. I think probably Yoast helps you create a sitemap as well. If not, there should be a bunch of sitemap tools on the internet. And a sitemap is basically submitting your URL structure to Google. So you're telling Google, this is how my site is structured. Enjoy. It's best practice, and if Google allows you to submit information to them, make use of that. Okay. If there's a problem with the sitemap, it's also going to tell you here. But my connection seems to be a bit slow in loading. By the way, this is a boutique hotel in Melbourne. We have very many hotel clients, and we are very successful with them. Yeah, so here we're now. Any questions about technical SEO, fixing crawl errors, or avoiding errors?
How long it takes for a site to be crawled after submission?
So there's a few things. So obviously when you submit your page for the first time, you want to make sure you're actually letting it index by Google. That's a setting in WordPress if you're doing it there. You can ask for recrawl here within Google, and you should usually see a new crawling report within a few days after you requested it. Google is crawling the internet all the time anyhow. And I mean, you can manually request a recrawl. If you're active on your site and if you're uploading new content on a regular basis, you're going to see in the crawling reports that Google is going to be crawling your site a lot anyhow. So for example, when we upload content to a client's page, we usually never request a recrawl because they're being constantly crawled all the time anyhow. But if you want to do it... I'm sure there's a Google help explanation on how you can do it. Yeah. Google Search Console. Another thing, that's another sexy one that people usually don't tell you. Just whilst we're in Google Search Console, search traffic, where am I? Yeah, there you go. If you go to Search Traffic, Search Analytics, it's going to show you that keywords that people are clicking to come to your site. And I don't really know what I'm looking at. So in the last 28 days, for a keyword that you guys cannot see anymore. Ooh. Here. For the keyword hotel living room, which is their branded terms, and they had 1,675 impressions, and out of those people, 552 clicked. That's a click-through rate of 32%. So when you're updating your page titles and meta descriptions, again, benchmark before, benchmark after, and you can actually see if you did a good job with your sales copy. If your click-through rate increases, you're going to be happy. It's pretty normal that the click-through rate is so high because those are the branded terms. If it's for hotel Melbourne, luxury hotel Melbourne, it's going to be a lot lower. If you're somewhere 1-2%, you're going to be super happy. Yeah, that's just another funny remark about Search Console. You want to download this stuff on a regular basis because it's only stored for 3 months. Okay, and whilst we're in the Google tools, I quickly want to take a look at Google Analytics. How many of you have been in Google Analytics before? Yes, I have been in Google Analytics before. How many of you have never been in Google Analytics before? Okay. So, get Google Analytics on your page, which basically means entering a snippet of code onto your page and then it starts tracking. If you want to stay ahead of the game and want to make it smart, put the code already in your Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager means you're putting one code on your website once, and then you're putting all your tracking codes and pixels into Google Tag Manager. So your heat mapping pixel, your Facebook pixel, your AdWords remarketing pixel, you can store them all in Tag Manager, and then put the Tag Manager code on the website once. This allows you to fiddle with your pixels without constantly having to talk to your web developer. So yeah, if you don't have Google Analytics up, again, it's the 21st century, you're operating on the internet. If you're not measuring your data, you might as well not put in the effort. Yeah, I don't know who we're looking at. And then, the other thing is, but that's a totally different story. If possible, get someone to look at your data because you're going to have a lot of referral spam and bot traffic on your website, and you're going to be thinking you're having a lot of traffic, but you really don't. But so if you can have someone to have a bit of a look on your website data, that would be great. So what we are most interested in is we're going to acquisition and then overview. This pie chart tells you where people are coming from. 60% of the visitors seeing this website are coming from organic search. Organic search is what we are working on with SEO. So this stuff up here, this is an advertising, all right? It has a small symbol ad here. That's an advertising. This is hotel ads, I suppose. And this is the first organic search results. This is where we want to get with SEO. All right, if there are ads displayed on the page, we can never make it up here. It's always going to be ads. So this is the first organic search result. This is what we're aiming for. And when someone finds an organic search result like that and clicks on it, they're going to show up here. 22% is direct traffic, so that's someone typing in your URL and landing on your website like that. Paid search, that's AdWords. Referrals, it's other website, bloggers, third parties linking to you and people coming through that link. And social is Facebook, Instagram, whatever you might have set up. For them, it's not surprising like that. Like people type in accommodation Melbourne, luxury hotel Melbourne, and they book like that. It's not surprising. If you are a fashion brand with popular social media channels, you will have a lot more traffic coming from your social media channels. Everything that has a young target audience, maybe between 15 and 22, they're going to have a lot more social traffic. But yeah, I don't know. whatever their rate per night is. That's not a kid product, so everyone who's kind of older usually searches on Google. And then obviously you can click and dial down and see the details of what's happening. So, okay, now this is a tricky part, and this is where your SEO agency is going to fool you. 80% of all search traffic goes to result number 1. And then the result number 1 on page 1. And then a little bit of traffic is going to go onto result number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then honestly, everything starting page 2 is not going to generate you any traffic. Here's the trick. Getting a ranking from 0 to 60 is a lot easier than getting a ranking from 11 to 8. 20% of the work are going to put you from nowhere on page 5. And 80% of the work it's going to take you to come from page 2 to page 1. So when you're starting to do SEO, you're going to see massive improvements in the beginning. Like you're going to be jumping from 80 to 34. You're going to be jumping from 70 to 13, and you're going to go crazy. But you're not going to see an increase in traffic in your Google Analytics. It's because there's no better place to hide a dead body than on page 2 of Google. What you want to do with your SEO efforts is, if you already have keywords ranking 8, 9, 10, you want to push those to the top first. It's going to be more profitable for you in the sense of getting more traffic. It's going to push like medium good rankings to the top positions. This is where your traffic is going to change. And this is the hard part. This is freaking hard. Getting from 8 to 3 is so hard. Getting from 80 to 30 is super easy. Like if you're an SEO company, can you get you from 80 to 30? Like they're fired tomorrow for sure. But then the magic begins after that. That being said, if you have a good keyword research and your SEO work is super qualified, rent Bali Villa, buy handmade red dress, a tiny lift in organic traffic might lead to a lot more revenue. Like your traffic might only bump up 2, 3, 4%, but because it's super qualified traffic that has a high chance to convert on your website, you actually might be making a lot of revenue from that tiny bump in traffic. All right, so it's all data, it's all numbers, but don't be fooled. Like stay sharp, keep asking questions. But if you have more organic traffic, because you did good SEO work and you actually ended on page 1, it's going to be here. Cool. We're good? Yeah.
Is that going to give you similar results in all search engines?
So he said similar results in all search engines. So when you say all, you probably mean like Yahoo, Bing, those. So what I'm working on is Google. If you're well optimized for Google, you're probably doing pretty well for Bing and Yahoo. However, app stores, YouTube, Amazon, different ballgame, different techniques. But yeah, if you're good in Google, you're usually going to be fine for Bing and Yahoo as well. If for some reason, because of your target audience, like hanging out in Yahoo a lot, I would definitely look into Yahoo search engine optimization. If you only get like 2% of your traffic from Yahoo and 95% of them from Google, I would focus on Google and you should be good with the rest. Yeah, but Amazon, App Stores, YouTube, different story.
Yeah, I was just wondering, so if you're starting SEO from scratch, so you haven't done it before, how many keywords is it do you think you should be focusing on? Like, is it like how many?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good question. The answer is it depends. It's going to be very different from her with the e-commerce store than it's going to be for you guys. The short answer is for a product like you that is one location and very well defined, I would probably start with something between like 10 to 15 target keywords. So you're probably going to get, from your SEO provider, you're probably going to get a keyword research with 100 to 500 keywords, and that's good and fine. From this entire list of keywords that you want to get, you want to see data, how much search traffic is on those keywords, and how competitive are those keywords. And you want to pick sweet spots where you have enough search traffic, it's a good buy intent, and it's not so competitive. And when you're starting an SEO strategy, so firstly, we're completely white hat. That means we're the good people, we're clean, we're building SEO, sustainable SEO strategies, and that usually means creating content. So we're usually going to pick probably 10 to 20 target keywords, and we're going to start writing 10,000 words of content for you. Those 10,000 words of SEO optimized content are going to give you an initial lift, and we're going to look at the data and see where Google reacts well. Because what you might find is Google really, really loves your site for Bali Resort, but it's not loving you so much for Bali Hotel. So we're going to hit harder for Bali Resorts. So we're going to work with the feedback that is Google providing to us. So after the first month or two, we're probably going to tweak our focus keywords a little bit and see what we have. But yeah, let's say 10 to 20, 10 to 15, something like that. It's going to be target keywords for phase 1, which is probably up to the 3 months. For the e-commerce store, it's going to be very, very different. And for you, it's going to be more about, okay, where's the sweet spot? Where's not so much competition? But for you, it's going to be a lot about which product either sells extremely well or which product is very profitable for you. So, and depending on what that is and how big your store is, it could be a lot more keywords that you're aiming for. Yeah. 20 minutes. All right. Because I've been talking about money so much and we're stuck in Google Analytics still, what you want to do is conversions here, goals. And this, I don't know, on my screen it's still on the screen, but on a Beamer it's not. There's this thing called e-commerce tracking, and if you have an online shop, please set up e-commerce tracking, because that's going to tell you where your traffic is coming from and which product they bought. It's all the pretty numbers. It's going to be all the dollar signs and all that. You really, really want that. If you have, I don't know, a site that is more targeted at generating leads in the sense of people fulfilling a contact form or people signing up for a newsletter, you want to set up goals for that. And you're going to have an overview of goal completions here in conversion goals overview. And the way you set it up, that's funny, it's on my screen, but it's not on your screen. So on the bottom here is a settings icon. And you can set up goals here. And the easiest goal that you want to is probably one where someone signed up for something. So you're going to give it a name. And then it's probably going to be something like yada yada yada.com. /thank you, which is going to be your thank you page after a newsletter opt-in. For you, it's probably people reaching the purchase complete thing after being in your cart, being in your checkout. And then, so what you want to do is you want to set up a funnel and you want to say, okay, people who are coming from, I don't know, my sales page number A and ending up on my thank you page here. And then you're going to know exactly which one is the sales page that is converting best for you. I'm not really sure if I'm being 100% clear there. But if you want to try to understand what people are doing on your site, and goals are the way to do it. And then an easy funnel like ending up at the thank you page or purchase complete page, it's going to be helping you to understand which one of your sales pages or which one of your product pages is working well. Yeah, Google Analytics conversion rate optimization. Honestly, conversion rate optimization is a bit of a different ball game, but at least if you're tracking your goals, you have an entry level of understanding of which sites are working well for you. So just quickly, outreach, guest posting, page speed. I'm just going to run through that. So the other topic that people are going to talk to you a lot is backlink building. And backlink building means a third party is linking back to your website. So when you're starting SEO, it's all about return on investment. In 90% of the times, we're going to recommend you guys to create content first, because it's going to be a better return on investment for you to hire a content writer. They smash out 10,000 words. It's an easy, straightforward process with pretty guaranteed wins, especially for e-commerce. For you, it's not writing content pages. For you, it's optimizing your product pages. There's so many gains to make there. Optimizing the product descriptions. So for us, we always go content first. If you're in a very competitive niche, or if you want to push certain pages because you're realizing, oh man, I'm stuck on position 5 and my competitor is stuck up there and I want to get ahead now, you want to start pointing backlinks at that page. So the way to do it is you usually go to Google. And backlink building is basically building relationships with bloggers. So it's a massive CRM project. So the initial research that you want to do is you want to go your niche and then guest post or write for us. So what I would do is I would do a list of websites and blogs in your niche, and then I would have a list of websites and blogs in your niche that have write for us or guest post pages. And you basically, that's where your intern comes in handy. Scrape all the pages and have a massive Excel with all the links, and then you have them research the name of the website owner and ideally their email address. And then the techno comes in handy again. Email subject. Content on yoga that your readers will love. Hey, Colleen, I really loved your last piece on Hatha Yoga in Ubud. I was really inspired and I checked out the yoga barn. By the way, I've been published in Huffington Post, Yoga Daily, and this great blog before. Boom, 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 your 3 best backlinks and guest posts. I'm curious to be published on your site. Would you be interested in publishing one of the following articles? 7 tips for your next yoga lesson, 8 tips for stretching, whatever. Boom. Get back to me soon. Emailing. Every email is personal. Every email has a different entry. And now the clue, be work efficient. You only start content writing after you get a yes. You don't start writing a guest post before you get a yes. If 10 people say yes to the fucking 7 exercises for stretching, you're gonna be writing 10 articles about 7 exercises for stretching, and every one of them is going to be unique. And then you just smash them out. You follow up with them, and 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 then maybe 6 weeks later you have a backlink. It's a bit of a painful process. If you take something home from this talk, please do this. Don't buy backlinks from Fiverr. Don't buy backlinks from Fiverr. If a backlink offer is too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If someone is selling you a backlink for less than 100, 150 USD, it's too good to be true.
Now you have to explain that. What is Fiverr and how to buy a backlink and why and where and why not?
So Fiverr is an online outsourcing platform, and it got popular because every service at Fiverr was $5. It's not true anymore, but it's still incredibly cheap. If you go to Fiverr, if you buy a backlink from Fiverr, you're probably going to end up with an Indian person that's going to place a backlink on his Indian platform about whatever. It's not going to be niche related. It's most likely going to be a low authority domain, and it's going to hurt your business in the long run. So, and the reason why a good backlink is going to cost you a lot of money when you get it with a good agency is because they're going to be working on getting you a backlink with a good blog or a good website, and it's just a pain in the ass. Like website owners and bloggers are overwhelmed with spam, with people asking them for guest posts. If you don't build the relationship with them, if you're not personal, if you don't build the relationship with them, they're never going to publish your post if they're a good site. And this is why good backlinking is so expensive, because it's relationship work. It's a bit, I'm not saying it's PR, because PR people get offended, but it is blogger relations, and you have to build a relationship, and it just takes time and effort and commitment.
What about placing backlinks on your own website?
So, so for example, if you have a Genius Cafe website and you have an iLab website and another one, I would definitely recommend linking them in between each other. But it gets a bit tricky after a certain point. Like if you're only linking within yours, it might by accident be considered a private blog network, because probably you all have them on the same hosting as well. A few thoughts on private blog networks. So if you're starting to research SEO, and especially if you go to a meetup in Chiang Mai, people are going to tell you PBN's private blog network is going to be your solution. It is, if you want a short-term business. So I can point you at the providers for that. They are great. It works. They get hit all the time. If you don't have a real product, if you don't have staff, if you don't have physical inventory, which means if you're an affiliate site, an info product site, or a dropshipping site, go for it. Like, point a lot of PBN links at your site, make a lot of money for 6 months, your site is going to be taken down, you can create the next one. It's fine, it's a valid business model, it's not my business model. And if you have a business or staff or inventory that you have to pay for, I think it's highly risk, and I wouldn't gamble with my client site like that. I wouldn't gamble with my own business like that. If you have an affiliate site or info product, different story. I mean, it still works. It works. They get hit. Okay. So that's for guest posting. I would do it phase 2. Like, start smashing out content. Write 10,000 words. Write 20,000 words. Write 30,000 words. See what happens. And then if you want to push some pages more up, start doing it. I lost my train of thoughts here. Yeah, whatever. It's great.
I have actually 2 questions, sorry to keep asking. So the first one is, when you have a backlink, so say I'm on a blog site, okay, and they're referring back to my website, does it matter whether you have www.111resorts.com or Best Seminyak Villas, and that is made into a hyperlink and it goes to my website? Does that actually make a difference, or is it the same?
So the thing what you're referring to is what we call anchor text. That's the underlying part that people see on a website. As much as you're doing SEO, you want to look natural and you want to future-proof your SEO. So yes, keyword optimized backlinks like Best Seminyak Villa, they are great. Don't overdo it, which means we usually go for 30-30-30 when building backlinks. So 30% are going to be branded, so 111 Resort. 30% are going to be a link to your homepage, so www.111 Resort. Mix it. People don't put your URL all the time. They go www.111resort.com dash. Some people don't put the dash. Some people put http://111 resort. Like, mix it. So 1/3 branded, 1/3 link, and then 1/3 keyword optimized. Best Bali accommodation. And this gives you a natural backlink profile. You can check that in Ahrefs or SEMrush as well for the backlinks you already have. Ahrefs and Majestic have the best backlink data. You can use the one for Moz and SEMrush as well. Put them all together, deduplicate the list, but you're going to realize that Moz and SEMrush tell you don't have backlinks, or you only have 20, and Ahrefs can already find 200. I don't know what's happening. That's fine. And I just remember what I was saying before. Sometimes people get scared when they hear they have to write 30,000 words. The brutal answer is, if you don't know how to say 30,000 words about your business, you probably shouldn't be in that business. We have clients that we put on 20,000 words on their website every month. So can you. And just to really, really quickly, I want to say something about page speed. or general like cleanness of the site. Here. So there's the page speed inside from Google, which I'm not loving too much, but it's good, it's free. They're gonna put your ranking down. That's not very good. Oh, sorry, this is the German version. I don't know where I put that. The first thing it's going to tell you is to optimize your images. I use Image Opt-in, this one for Mac. This removes all the metadata from images, like where the picture has been taken and all that. And then the other thing is, if you're putting your image on the website into a 500 pixel by 500 pixel space, put in a 500 by 500 pixel picture. If you're putting up a 5,000 wide picture, it's going to kill your page speed. And especially on a site with many pictures, might it be a pretty hotel page or a shop, this is going to kill your page speed really, really quickly. And then most of the other stuff, you're going to want to talk to your developer about decreasing the amount of requests and stuff like that, decreasing the amount of HTML and all that. Talk to your developer, don't talk to me. But so just the short answer is write clean code. So the tool you normally want to look at if it's actually loading is GT metrics, and this allows you to do a test on your website. So the important thing you have to realize here, we're sitting here in Bali, we're at the beach, we're pressing enter, a website comes, but what's actually happening, a tiny fragment of electricity is moving through a physical cable, and depending on where your server is, if you're in Bali and your server's in Canada, it's traveling all the way to Canada and then all the way back. It's pretty fascinating, and we never think about that. So choose your server wisely, choose a good managed server that is in the location where most of your target traffic is, and then if not, there's a way to set up visual servers. I have forgotten the term right now. WP Engine. I think all our pages are on Cloudways, which is really easy for WordPress. Just, yeah. People think it's a good deal only spending $10 per month on your server. You're losing business. Spend money on a good server and on a fast site. All right, quickly, final thoughts, SEO tools. If you're on a tight budget, the most important thing is get the free Google tools, get Tag Manager, get Google Analytics, get Search Console, get a rank tracking tool. I personally always recommend SE rankings, but only because I've been too lazy to research a cheaper one. The cheapest plan is €5 per month for 50 keywords. So if you have one site, if you're doing SEO, you want to track your results, get this one. If you find a cheaper one, that's fine, but do rank tracking. We use a lot of tools for very specific tasks. I already told him a few tricks that we can do. If you want kind of a one-stop shop for SEO tools that helps you with keyword research, that helps you with backlinks, that helps you being a bit creative, I would probably get SEMrush. But getting a ranking tool, where did it go? Well, getting the SE ranking or any other ranking tool is, there you go, it's probably the most important investment you want to do before you start investing into SEO. I think that's it from my side, but I'm happy to answer questions, and then I think I have to have like 30 seconds of advertising in the end. But do we have any final remarks, questions? Oh, just quickly, now I remember my final words. I threw a lot of information at you guys today, and you probably don't realize, but there's a lot of stuff that you can do. The only way to understand what's working in SEO for you is to get your hands dirty and to measure. So please go home, download the Screaming Frog report and start hustling. Get in there, start tweaking it, measure, start tweaking it more and measure. There's not much to learn from reading blog articles. If a blog article is from 2010 about SEO, forget it. There's not much to learn on the internet. The way to go is hustle, 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 and do it. Like everyone in this industry is self-taught. It's about experience. Once you've looked at 10 pages, 100 pages, 1,000 pages, you're going to understand more what's going on. And there's no way to understand if you're not getting in there and actually doing it. And it's really exciting, man. It's really exciting. I love it.
I have a WordPress site hosted by GoDaddy, and I keep getting messages that it's too slow.
Yeah.
How do I speed it up? Or do I have to change to another server?
I don't really know how GoDaddy is, or if they're good or not. So the first thing I would do is go onto the Google PageSpeed Insights for free and go into the GT metrics and verify if your page is actually slow. Oh, yeah. I mean this site, 12 seconds. That's going to be expensive for you guys. So usually we say 1 second for 1 megabyte, so it should load in within like 3 seconds. Like this is definitely something to look at. So look GT metrics, look at PageSpeed Insight and determine first if your site is actually slow. And once you have your best bet is go to Facebook, put in Pobulas Brand. That's my friend. He's a web developer. He's the WordPress speed optimization ninja hacker, and he's going to be your go-to guy because he can do all the developer tricks that I have no idea of. And that, if you're not a developer, I probably wouldn't start touching. So yeah, if you come to me later, I can show you his name on Facebook. And he's not really expensive for that. It's a one-off project. So definitely well invested. Cool. Any other questions?
Okay, guys. Are you sleeping? Were you just shy? Or
overwhelmed, shocked.
Okay, we have another one.
Yeah.
You talked about page ranking, but I didn't think Google page ranking was it was obsolete now. Are you talking about the Alexa ranking? Is that what you meant?
So when I say ranking, what I mean is the keywords and country-specific position you're going to have when you enter a keyword. So when someone in the United States puts buy a red dress, at what position your search result is going to come up. When I say ranking, this is what I mean. I should probably have clarified that in the beginning. Alexa rank is fine to have like an overall score of like domain authority or if you're doing well. But what I mean is understanding for which keyword your site is coming up and which position, and then move in there. Thank you.
No questions? Really? Men in Black? No?
The one with the questions left. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, so every good SEO strategy starts on keyword research. Because if you don't know your keywords, you're not going to know your ranking per keyword, and then you're never going to know if you're actually improving. That being said, ranking for your branded term is not a success. If your brand name is Bamboo Blonde, we think ranking for the term Bamboo Blonde is a given. That's not a goal. I mean, if something is really off, if you're not ranking for your branded term, that's a problem. But still, ranking for a branded term is not a goal. That's a given. And ranking for luxury hotel Sydney, get eco-friendly death, that's a success. Ranking for your branded term is the beginning. We have a Facebook group. I mean, we, like, all kinds of people are in there. It's called Bali SEO Group. If you have a quick question after the talk, you can just post it in there. And me and a ton of other people are always responding there. Me personally, I usually hang out in Dojo in Canggu 24/7. So you can just walk in there, find me in the upstairs sofa area. nerding at Excel or talking to my content writer about what we should do for another 20,000 words. I have a few business cards with me, and it's really a limited offer because for some reason I only bought 3. So
we actually have blank business cards here, just in case.
the most important thing is, because my business partner and I are crazy, we decided to do a digital marketing conference, and it's going to happen on the last October weekend in the beautiful Trans Resort in Sunset Road. And wait.
Actually, our company will be presented there as well.
That is true.
So check it out.
So what I'm trying to say is this. We have a beautiful trailer. Pictures speak louder than words if they overload. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're interested in digital marketing, if you're working for a marketing company, marketing department, if you're having an online business and you're marketing your own product, this is where all the cool kids are going to be on the last October weekend. It's going to be 2 days, and the lineup definitely shows that we are SEO nerds, and we got all the SEO nerds to come. Ahrefs, which is one of the biggest SEO tools out there, sponsoring the conference and sending one of the leading speakers, so that should be a clue that you guys should be there as well. So we're going to be covering SEO, web analytics, conversion rate optimization, AdWords, and social media. And we have some really, really smart kids here from Bali coming, but we also have a lot of international speakers that are coming from Europe, the United States, and Australia. So it's really a conference targeted at people who spend the day and night hustling digital marketing and that want to learn insider secrets and move ahead. Because as much as you can study online, it's a different story meeting with people who are working in the field day in and day out and sharing their experience with you. So yeah, it's 2 days, 40 workshops, 20 speakers. That's Bree, by the way, my business partner here, missing out today. There's going to be yoga. There's probably going to be a tantra workshop. There is ice bathing in the spa. So it's going to be a very, very Bali event, and it's going to be very, very sexy. And you guys should come. So yeah, and it's really, the conference is really a love child. And it's really based on dojo community and communities like Genius Cafe, where we just get together. Like today I'm talking, that's fine, but I'm talking here for karma. Because in 2 days I'm going to be sitting in the workshop and another person is going to be talking here and they're going to tell me the tricks and I'm going to be like, oh my God, this is so fascinating. No one has ever told me that before. And this karmic sense of if we're sharing, we're all growing, it's why we're doing the conference. But because I'm a good marketer, I'm also putting you in the top of my funnel now. There's a chance to win a free ticket. If you're going to bit.ly/DMSS2017, you're going to find a 3-question questionnaire that summarizes this beautiful presentation. And out of all people who are entering their answer until today midnight, we're going to raffle someone who's going to win a free advance ticket, which is going to give you full access to the conference for 2 days in the value of, I think right now it's like 350 euros or something like that. So go bit.ly/DMSS2017, answer 3 quick questions and win a ticket and have fun with us. And lastly, I'm going to be hanging out a little bit here, so if you want to have a chat, if you want to grab my business card, or if you want to drink a kombucha, let's do it. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I know it's a beautiful day, and we're right next to the beach, and you're sitting here listening to me. I really, really appreciate it. It has been fun, and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Viola. Thank you. We are really happy to have you here.